All right, welcome in here on this Friday morning. It is game day eve. We will see LSU football take the field tomorrow night in Death Valley as they face off against South Carolina. We finally made it back to a game day eve. We appreciate you guys joining us here this morning, here on this Friday morning. Made it through the week. Christian, what are you doing?
You know that thing where, like, if you put a mirror behind a mirror, you can see it, like, infinitely?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like the boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom.
what he's trying to see with the... I mean, I guess you can see it a little...
You can if you put, like, a, telescope on the TV. You could probably see it forever.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
It was just Christian sitting there doing this.
I was just trying to make sure that's what I saw.
No, it's all right. It's all right. But good morning, all of you. Appreciate you guys getting this morning. And guess what?
Ready?
It felt a little bit like football outside this morning.
Oh, yeah, a little nip in the air.
Yeah, it was a little
literally.
Oh, gosh. Nipples hard in the right way. Like loud way.
What's the wrong way?
Well,
Prison.
you have to poo. Like, if your butt shrivels up because you got to poo, That's one of the bad ways.
That is not at all
Never
what
happened.
I anticipated you saying.
Really? If anybody would know, I think you would know.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
Move that microphone close to your mouth.
Yeah, you're too far away from it.
No.
It's falling a little bit.
Now move it farther away.
Let me see. Right here.
But we appreciate you
closer.
guys getting in here this morning, hanging out with us this week as we prepare for LSU football versus South
Cajun
Carolina.
curveball, calm down.
As I look over at the chat, I'm going to ask you all now. Go ahead and drop it in the chat, your mood for tomorrow, how you're feeling right now ahead of LSU South Carolina. Just one word to describe how you are currently feeling ahead of the football game, because I know it's been a long 2 weeks to kind of sit and marinate in the LSU Ole Miss loss as we prepare for tomorrow night. But to get you ready and to get you set up, we will have Rohan Davey join us at 8:30 a.m. this morning to help preview LSU South Carolina. We've got sound from Brian Kelly's press conference yesterday as he met with the media. We're going to go with a run-through of our 3 keys to victory. Me and Lloyd listed out 3 things each that we anticipate playing pretty large roles in a potential LSU win tomorrow night. In other news, LSU has announced their jersey patch. It would be what's called Woodside Energy. Is that what it's called?
Another energy company.
Some oil and gas.
I've got some wood for Woodside after I saw the amount of money they're spending on it.
Yeah, it's again some.
Brian Kelly must feel great about that. Oh, this roster, whatever, it's $17 billion.
I'm kind of confused on how that works because don't they have an energy company to do the stadium as well? Am I wrong on that? What's
Venture Global.
I think they're also an
We're all energy
company.
here.
I would assume there's a lot of crossover.
I don't think this
in
would have
their
gotten.
slot.
I don't think this deal would
I
have
don't
got
think
inked
there-
if there was some.
There's
some
no conflict of interest.
Yeah, if there was some spillage.
But if you go onto LSU football's Twitter, the practice pictures that they posted from yesterday have the Woodside Energy patch.
So
on
Nuss
the jersey.
loses the captain patch? Question mark?
Question mark. I don't know. This patch isn't instilled until 2026, so
Oh.
it won't be on the jerseys this year, I don't believe.
But on the practice jerseys.
But they put
What
on
if
the
that's
practice jerseys.
What if that's
There it
what-
is. And look, the one thing that I do like about it, because like I'm not the biggest fan of a jersey patch. I don't really care that much. Second, but the Woodside Energy logo is red. And I was very nervous that they were going to throw a red logo
No, they would
onto
never,
the
they would
LSU
never
jersey.
do that. How's his belly look?
But instead, they have changed it to purple and put it on there purple and white. Also, Nussmeier with the sleeve on.
Oh, he's going back. Sure, man. Whatever.
Is
it
that
takes.
13? Does that say 13 or 18? Question
Oh,
mark,
question mark. I don't know why he's wearing a medium.
But there is the Woodside Energy patch on the uniforms. Want to get everybody's thoughts. Do y'all like it?
Come on, Nuss.
Do y'all like it? Are y'all fans of
don't-
the patch? Are y'all hating the
I
patch?
would.
I don't see how you can like it. You know, like I feel like you're either
Oh, as a
neutral or you
purist?
don't like it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's true. I mean, there's not going to be anybody that just supports it, right?
Yeah.
That's like,
I think
oh,
if it
I'm
was
all
a,
for the
well,
advertisement patch.
I
on
think if
the
it was
jersey.
cool, like whenever the Pelicans had the Zatarain's logo on the jerseys, those were like cool. I think if you had a
what would
company
have
like
what
that,
would have been cool to you?
Tony's.
Tony
Canes.
Chachere's, Canes. Okay.
You know what's cool? Woodside Energy for paying to do this. Like, I don't care. It could have been literally anything.
Hopefully the money goes to the right place though.
Baseball.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you
Right.
could put the logo on the side of the helmet for baseball. Not nearly as important as football.
Right. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm glad that they're going to color coordinate it with the uniform. I'm like Christian said. There's nobody that's going to be an all-out supporter of a jersey patch.
If you realize, if you just take a step back, look, I'm as pure of a soul as there is when it comes to LSU football and their uniforms.
Thank you for
Clarifying.
yeah.
You can give me that much money. I mean, I'll tattoo it on my forehead
Right. It's just when it comes down to it, like
and still have room for another.
BK said in the press conference yesterday, which we'll get to. BK said, I mean, if that's what the school wants to do to raise money for all athletic
Endeavors.
whether it's building new arenas, this, that, or the other, he was like, I'm all for it. Amen. Fonz, I don't care. It's not that big to make it an eyesore.
Eyesore.
I agree. Yeah, eyesore. Maybe that's a new thing, eyesore. So that's the new jersey patch. It's Woodside Energy, a little oil and gas money getting poured in to the LSU athletics. But speaking of LSU athletics, the first fall ball scrimmage was last night. John Eads was out there, and he put out his post-scrimmage notes. He also got a really cool video of the play Derek Curiel made. As he said in this, he said Derek Curiel made a highlight reel snag in center field, diving to rob a Zach York single. DJ Primo and Dax Days were on the mound. Omar Cerna launched a double off the left field wall. That's the freshman catcher. Trey Morgan was in attendance. Baseball was back in Alec Box Stadium. It makes the world. Maybe that's why it's so crisp in the air this morning. Mm-hmm. It's because there was a crack of the bat in Alec Box Stadium last night to get everybody ready for this weekend. As long as LSU football doesn't screw it up.
No, we're going to be positive.
Positive show today.
Crack of the bat.
There's Zach York getting a hold of it, and go ahead and make a play. LSU baseball's center fielder, Derek Curiel.
Dev Reeves at second.
Maybe. That's
Yes.
Jake Brown hustling there from right field. See number 7. Yeah, it does look like Reeves at second base.
They did also.
He was running.
20 pounds.
He did, and they also said that he put on 20 pounds in the offseason to bulk up a little bit.
You can see it in that clip a little bit.
What, 4 to 5 meals a day with some snacks in between?
I guess that's how you really bulk.
It is, trust me. So
And creatine.
and some creatine mixed in there as well. So shout out to DC getting on the
too.
weight plan. Getting on the weight plan. and making plays out there in center field. I do have one question before we dive into LSU football that I want to pose to everyone.
Compound DC.
Are the Saints basically the Super Bowl champs and Rattlers better than Jalen Hurts after last night? Watching the Giants absolutely dominate the Philadelphia Eagles on prime time, and then sitting back and remembering just a few short days ago, 4 days ago, the Saints took care of business against Jackson Dart and the New York Football Giants.
Can I say something?
Let's hear it, Christian. Say something.
I would like to see Spencer Rattler on a good football team. Now, the
I,
Saints will never give that to him, but I would love to see Spencer Rattler on the Eagles last night. Just going to say that.
I think he is winning a lot of people over.
Yeah.
But he's performing. I
don't think that was the sentiment after what happened, 2 weeks ago? You got run out the gym.
Oh, by the Seahawks?
Well, that one and then the 49ers loss where he fumbled on.
Right, but still the 49ers
game.
loss wasn't on him.
No.
Like, the defense was
And
butter to
and
the 49ers' hot knife.
Ryan Clark mentioned it. I
he
think Ryan Clark
apologize?
said he deserves to start on an NFL franchise.
He's a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he's performing up to.
Oh, I've seen worse.
Yeah, I've definitely seen worse quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts looked worse last night. Besides 4 straight tush pushes to get in the end zone. Did you see that?
I didn't watch the game.
I
I watched baseball.
They got close.
Playoff baseball.
We watched the baseball as well, but
We all were together?
no, he showed up late. He had to work high school football last night. Denham Springs Live Oak. 4 straight tush pushes when they got to the
Didn't get invited again.
5-yard line.
Unbelievable. Get kicked out the Snapchat group. Read some unseemly things in there, as Christian pointed out.
You're invited. We just forget because.
I got kicked out the group chat.
Yeah.
No, well, last night the Christian wasn't even supposed to be there, but he left the football game early.
To hang out with his friends.
Well, in my defense, it wasn't my fault. Like Spencer Rattler. Noah
But-
forgot to put the memory card in the camera bag.
I did forget to put the memory card in the camera bag. But the Giants, Cam Scattaboo dominated last night. Put on a show. Shout out to him. I also want to run this clip of Shane Gillis and Miles Teller, if anyone saw it from the Phillies game last night. Before the Phillies just absolutely fumble the game away at the end with a comebacker to the pitcher. And instead of turning and throwing it to first base, which the catcher is pointing to, he's like,
then he
no, go
sprints-
that way.
That was brutal.
And then he just, and I looked, I was like, you just got the yips. Like, he's never going to be back to the same player ever again.
The best thing is the coach talking to him and him like, no chance he heard anything you said.
No.
He was like, when he was walking out the mound, he was like, he needs to be escorted. Keep an eye on him.
Institutionalized.
Yeah, he was.
I felt bad. Like, if I'm a Phillies fan, first off, I'm pissed because, and I wanted the Phillies to win.
Me too.
So I was pissed because the plays at first, it's a force. There was 2 outs, and doesn't throw it to first, and so I'm pissed. And then I see him walking off the field, and I'm like, I feel bad.
Yeah, that's the part of sports that you forget sometimes. Is like that's a human being,
Right.
And who do you think wanted to make the play more than anybody? Probably him.
Yeah, the guy the closer
The guy
they brought in.
the guy that's playing.
Yeah.
And, I felt bad for him. That doesn't happen often, but he was just in such
Seeing
a
his
state
face,
of
yeah.
what just happened? Like, I know what to do. I didn't do it.
Because he got sped up because he didn't field it clean. So
When he went to throw it, I was like, this is not going to go the way he thinks it is. And he was already okay. So
break it down for me.
well, you can't pressure.
Of course.
Burst pipes or makes diamonds, right? Bursted pipe. But the reason why the catcher is pointing to first is because think about the situation which you're in. There's 2 outs, bases loaded. I believe it's a 3-2 count, right? Mm-hmm. So he's running on third.
Yeah, he's going.
So at 90 feet becomes 40 feet very quickly, as you saw. The guy at the batter's box doesn't have that advantage, so he has to run the full 90 feet. And so you have math.
Right.
You've got time over here. You don't have, even though this is a shorter one.
It's also
he's
faster.
already going, and it's the first thing you see. But it was if he fields it cleanly, I think he still might go home. But field it cleanly, go to first. That's why you do it.
Yeah.
But that's
I felt like because he didn't field it cleanly, he sped up.
And
freaked
that's
out.
what I'm saying. So he was like,
Right.
went to the closest thing, and
Yeah.
he still had so much time. And I hate that for him because, like, everybody said, "Oh, here."
Well, because then
It was
I
it was literally hot potato.
right.
Like, I don't want this.
And
You take it.
everybody knows that the play he tried to make was not the play to make, and he's going to look back and be like, "Yeah, of course it wasn't. What was I thinking?"
That's what he was doing.
Like, what am I doing?
And the other funny part was seeing pitchers throw home when it's not a pitch is awesome. It's like you give them a golf club they've never hit before.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like if he would have been able to do like that and throw it
It would have been
right on the money. I mean, he throws it in a window like this all the time, but then when it becomes not out the stretch or out the windup, it's
take it.
a different person.
Yeah. It was sad watching him walk off the field last night. But this video, Christian will appreciate. Shane Gillis and Miles Teller. Miles Teller is going to call the play safe at home, and he had a beer in his hand, and so he only called safe with one arm. And
Oh,
then puts the beer down.
Oh, John Boy.
It's John Boy put it out.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller's in the crowd. He's going to put his beer on the ground so he can emphatically do the safe call with both hands. And then he's going to turn to Shane Gillis and dude, had to put my beer down. I was doing it with one hand. It did not go out well, dude. I was like, oh, not good. Not what we want to do. Anyway, what do you think? What? Come on.
I put my beer down. I was taking a safe call with one arm.
I saw that. You know, dude, sitting next to Shane Gillis would be
An absolute riot.
a nightmare.
You don't know what's going to happen, what's going to be said, and who's going to
Well,
get
if you
angry at
become the target, you're shit out of luck. Once he hones in on somebody,
Right.
like, you're done.
Cooked.
I mean, you see what he's done to his best friend. I can bring you to Augusta if you drink 4 beers. He's like, I won't remember anything. Well, then you're not going.
Oh, now it's 6.
Yeah.
But that was funny last night. I mean, it's something that I don't think I've ever thought of. Like you're doing the safe call, and it's easy.
Well, you're a big proponent of it. You've done it live on the show.
And then it's John Boy always.
My
cracks
heart
me
goes
up
out to you.
when he breaks down situations like that. Shout out to John Boy.
What's
But
his name? Miles Teller?
Miles Teller.
Whiplash.
Kyle Teller?
He didn't get that. That's all right.
didn't hear
We
him.
appreciate you guys hanging out with us this morning and joining us
Reread your book.
as we will get into some of Brian Kelly's sound from yesterday as he met with the media to preview LSU and South Carolina. There were a few tidbits. There wasn't really anything too much to look into. We'll get it started with just some of the health updates. The first clip is clip number 4, Lloyd's Aaron Anderson's health. Is where we'll start the conversation. That's obviously something to pay attention to, and it'll definitely open our eyes to the fact that it was listed as questionable, and then over the time it becomes.
Boy, did I have a time trying to download these without Adobe.
It was probable, turns into questionable day to day.
Oh, what the clips turned into
Doubtful.
probable to not a go.
Yeah,
That was.
I appreciate the effort though.
I tried.
I know, I appreciate it truly.
Then just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm gonna get in the document.
There you go. There you go.
But here is Brian Kelly updating us and the world
On the health
of Aaron Anderson.
of Aaron Anderson.
I wasn't sure. We listed him as questionable earlier in the week, and I think that was real. He was questionable. He has steadily gotten better each week. Today he was at 19.5 miles per hour, so he's above 85%, which put him into some practice. So we'll go again tomorrow. I think he's day to day.
From
What is
probable
your-
to questionable
Today to
to day to day.
We have one more day. Yesterday they had 2 more days.
It feels eerily similar to the Caden Durham discussion prior to Ole Miss, where this just feels like
He ain't playing.
almost coach speak to make sure, like, not tell South Carolina, guess what, Aaron Anderson's not playing.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
Right.
Because it's an SEC mandate to release
Right.
an injury report because I guess the Bill Belichick effect has trickled down where Tom Brady was questionable for 16 years. Now we have to say something. I don't know how much to say because why can't we invoke HIPAA? Like I can't speak on a player's health. Like,
I don't have to tell you guys this is
personal
violation.
Right, but it does sound a bit. I mean, what do you say? He's running 19.
Yeah.
Nelson's running 23, so it sounds slow as hell.
That's not very fast. So yeah, I mean,
suck on that, Carl Lewis.
he did say that was about 80%.
I would say it's about 70%.
Yeah, so I would just my safest assumption is just it doesn't sound like Aaron Anderson's going to be playing
He'll
Saturday
dress.
night. Yeah, he'll go out there. He'll probably warm up, dress, all of those things. But it doesn't seem as if he will be playing. The next clip, well, this is clip number 2. Talk about the left guard health. Paul Mabenga obviously was listed as doubtful. Get an update on him, as well as who may get the nod behind him to start at that spot on Saturday against a pretty good South Carolina front. We obviously said yesterday Cohen Eccles, DJ Chester, Carius Kern are the expected names. Here's BK updating who will get the nod at left guard for the Tigers.
Well, right now, Cohen Eccles has got most of the reps there when Paul hasn't been in, and we have a lot of confidence in him. But Carius Kern is repping there as well. So we'll kind of see how that goes. If Paul can't go and he's doubtful at this point, then that would be the two-man rotation. And if we think that Cohen's handling it, we'll see how that goes on Saturday. But we've repped them both, and they're both ready to play.
Somewhat surprised to not hear DJ Chester's name in the mix.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to one place. The portal.
Maybe. I was surprised to not hear his name because, like we said earlier in the week, he was the swing, like he's the sixth guy.
And he just hasn't been mentioned.
Just hasn't been brought up. But I do like that Carius Kern's name was brought up specifically as, in the two-man rotation with Eccles because I really want to see him there. I want to see Carius Kern get the opportunity at guard. I think from listening to that and just based on assumption that Cohen Eccles will get the start. He's got the more experience. He's been working there throughout the season in addition to Mabenga. But I really want to see Carius Kern play there, man. Like I was doing a radio show last night, and they asked me if I thought that Carius Kern could just solve the run issues. I was like, no, that's a lot of pressure to put on one player in general, much less a true freshman that's only got one game under his belt, really. But it could instill a nice little spark to what LSU's able to do. I mean, you put him next to Braylon Moore, who's your best offensive lineman up to this point. And the one thing that you got out of Kern for sure was physicality, aggression, all of those things, which in the run game, if you say, guess what, Carius Kern, go run through the guy in front of his face, I'm pretty sure he would be more than happy to do so. So I'm all for seeing Kern at left guard on Saturday. Obviously, I think Eccles will get the nod. I'm interested to see how he looks as well. But I want to see Kern play there because I really like the potential he could have at that spot.
Yeah, and it's funny that we're all trying to, as a community, as a whole, as a fan base, like figure out the run game, like put the 5-star, like which would make a lot of sense at literally any other position. Where
Right.
you're just like,
This is the hardest
like Harlem
one.
Berry,
Right,
Like maybe
right.
that'll help, and maybe both of them will. But this is the most grasping for straws we've probably done when you're looking to find an answer. It's like maybe the left guard will fix the run game, and it could be true. I have no idea, but
It could provide a spark potentially, but it's not going to fix
spark
it.
whom?
Well, it could at least
Like fire people up?
Not
I mean,
fire people up.
I mean, if you watch Carius Kern in high school, he's putting people into the bleachers.
That's what I'm saying. It could at least create something that maybe
But
get some things going. towards
BK
the
is
left
also
side.
set. I mean, sure, people are going to be like cheering for the offensive line.
Yes,
Good, sure, they
Hey,
deserve it.
Find something to cheer for. They're not used to it.
Did you see him on that 3-yard run?
Did you see Carius Kern?
Manhandled him. But sure,
yeah, I mean-
whatever it takes. Like
I'm with you. Just do whatever it takes to get it figured out.
And I do think this plays into a little bit of. There's been a lot of talk of the simplifying of the offense.
Right.
This also plays into Carius Kern's like that. It helps him.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a freshman.
If Nussmeier's up there, like I don't know what he's talking about. Like,
Right.
what do I do? Like, point to him. Go get him.
Right, dude, just do that.
And if it's break the huddle, like this is the play.
Right.
Jet 24 wham. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I ran that in high school.
I can do that.
Yeah.
The next clip, number 6, I saw in the chat. Y'all didn't want to hear about Aaron Anderson's health. Y'all wanted to hear about Garrett Nussmeier's health. Well, BK was asked if they saw, this is clip 6. He was asked straight up if they've seen anything different specifically when it comes to Garrett Nussmeier with the week off, if he was able to develop physically and get better, and if they saw anything that was prevalent. This was BK's answer to that question.
Well, I think we have to be careful because when you get a bonus day on Monday, you kind of add on and you keep adding on and you go, wow, you got to be really cognizant of the fact that you added, a good hour and 10 minutes to their workload. So I think we've been appropriate in the work that they've gotten, but their legs are fresh. I know they feel good. We had 20 guys run 20 miles an hour or better in practice. That's the highest we've had during the year. Now, again, the off week helps with that. But when we run them out on Tuesday, that's our highest number. So there's indications, right? We can use science. We can use our eyes. We can talk to the guys. They fill out daily questionnaires. We get all that information. We get it all together. And then it helps me put together what the practice should look like in terms of volume. And I think we're striking a pretty good chord this week.
Yeah, I mean that answer.
At what point was that about Nussmeier?
Right, that was kind of my takeaway because the question was around Garrett Nussmeier. Like that was the question, and he specific when the question was asked, it was specifically about Garrett. And I like that's an overarching answer that I understand. Like what BK has said. Like I get what he's saying. They get the extra day on Monday because you didn't play a game, so you have to be careful with the bonus day and balancing things out, and they've got their process, this, that, and the other. I understand what he was saying, but I didn't answer the question that was asked. The question that was asked is if they've seen anything specifically different with Garrett Nussmeier. So that's where I'll pose the question to the chat and to you, Lloyd, Christian, whoever.
God.
When the question is asked about the quarterback, and that is the answer, which is an overarching team health, team work week answer.
Did nobody follow up?
I don't believe.
That's concerning.
And so it definitely didn't instill confidence, and especially when my belief through the week has been, I think this will be the healthiest Garrett Nussmeier you see coming off of the bye week.
Me too.
And I guess we're just we're in the position which we would have been regardless of what the answer was.
Right.
We're still in the same spot.
But
It's still I'm not going to believe it till I see it.
But that was not a good lie.
Did not instill confidence in me. It wasn't a lie. It was literally just a
deflection.
1,000%.
I would have rather him lie.
Yeah, I think he's out of them.
Yeah.
And so I'm not mad at the deflection, but I'm just saying where I'm sitting right now, I'm not. It definitely doesn't instill confidence. Now I'm not looking at Saturday the same way I think I was before.
Are we leaning Van Buren right now?
I don't know. The answer, like I understood deflection, this, that, but like trying to think in the science behind it, because that's what I'm thinking about it always now, is trying to read into everything that's said around the quarterback situation. And that was
How did he pass that CIA test?
That was such a blatant deflection that now I'm like, wait, time out. What's the situation? But
it wasn't a deflection in the sense of like I've got more. Like, I'm not going to say anything because I know that the real answer is right over here, and I don't want to tell anybody anything. He's like, I mean, you could see him up there, like, struggling to find words.
Well, because it was a coach speak deflection, and I don't know if that was just – because there's multiple things that it could be doesn't really want to talk on Garrett Nussmeier's health specifically in that arena before the game. He doesn't want to say anything to South Carolina, this, that, or the other. He doesn't want to announce, and so he's just using coach speak. But it just definitely caught me off guard because I was listening when the question was asked, and then listening to the answer. I was like, I don't feel like this is the. I felt like I skipped something when I was listening to it.
Yeah,
like I felt like I skipped to the next question, and I was like, wait, I didn't hear an answer on Garrett. So we'll see what it looks like on Saturday, and that's where I'm sitting now is. We're in the same spot regardless of what that answer would have been. Whether he says Garrett's healthy, whether he says that he did towel throws again, whether he deflects the way he did. you're still sitting in the standpoint of, I'll believe whatever when I see it with my own two eyes.
Do you think he's mad he burned the spoiled card already? Like, if he was going to get angry, it'd be after a loss, and then you ask about Garrett Nussmeier for the umpteenth time. Like, listen, I'm telling you he's healthy. You're spoiled for all the information I give. I'm up here every Monday, every Thursday. I'm giving you the injury report.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think he's mad he used the spoiled card.
I mean, he can't do it again.
He can't do it again, obviously.
What does this mean if Garrett Nussmeier is healthy? Like,
if he is healthy, then he's just.
And it was such a
how do we approach press conferences with BK after?
You can't. I mean, the man's an enigma. He's bad at it, but he's trying.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
It's like I was watching this yesterday, and I was telling Kinfolk, I was like, it takes a liar to know one I like quite a bit.
Right.
And I was like, he's just not very good at it, though. Like, if it would be different if he could give you a hint of the truth. It's just always.
Well, do you think he has to lie all the time, so therefore
yes.
so he's not good at it anymore? Because
I think he's blurred the lines between truth and a lie to where now it's just anything can come out of my mouth. It doesn't matter.
And I just think
which is that maybe he might be playing 4D chess.
This situation, I think it's just the constant push and pull and give and take of all, like JD said it on Wednesday. Nobody asked BK to announce Garrett's injury. There was nothing that like, it's the thought process behind why did he bring that up? Because now it's just created this hole that's been dug that continues to be dug and dug and dug until hopefully you just see something different on the football field, because that's what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to what BK says in the presser anymore. Nobody believes it at this point anyways.
That's what was 9 minutes.
At least that's what I hear on social media and around town, is that nobody's listening or wants to hear it anyways. So what it comes down to is like what I had to remind myself when I was reading into that answer yesterday was, it really doesn't matter.
Right. You're not going to get.
I just have to sit back on Saturday night at 6:45 and see what happens. If it's Garrett Nussmeier, if it's not, if he's fully healthy, if he's not, it doesn't matter what I hear anymore. It's just about what I see, because that's the current situation. That's the current standing where LSU football is now, because there has been so many times that what you've heard is not the same thing you've seen, and it's consistently not matched up, and so now it's put you in that position. So the quarterback position, obviously keep an eye on it. We all were going to anyways. Like I said, that answer doesn't change anything. I just thought it was very interesting that it was that drastic, I guess, of a deflection. But BK talked about the offense a bunch in the press conference yesterday. Of course, that's the hot topic. I want to get clip number 8. This was a great question asked by our friend John Eads, as he asked if BK thought that the identity they used against Florida was who they were as an offense, where you play into your defense hands, you flip the field, you're more conservative in your play calling to just try and protect the football and allow your defense to win you the football game.
This was the one for me.
And I would, like I said, I want to give a shout out to John. It was a good question. If I would have went to the press conference, it's probably the question that was on my mind. This is BK elaborating on the identity of this offense.
No, I wouldn't identify ourselves offensively as conservative, but I think, if you look at the way we played the game the last 2 games, it's been much more aggressive on 4th down. I think we played to field position a little bit. I feel like our offense is ready to break out. I don't want to hold them back from that perspective, that we go in with this mindset of, punt it deep, hold them down there, wait for a turnover. I don't think we're going to play that way. We're going to play to the assets that we have on offense and on defense. So I'm not going to go into the game thinking, this is a low-scoring game, keep the points down, kick field goals. I think we go in there with the expectations, kind of the question that was asked earlier, is that my expectations are we're going to continue to progress offensively and be much more consistent for 4 quarters.
So there's the answer on the identity of this offense. It's not a conservative offense. He doesn't want to hold back their abilities because when you look at this offense, it shouldn't be a conservative offense.
It should be liberal.
It's you look at all the talent they have outside at the running back spot and what you expected at quarterback. It shouldn't have to be a conservative offense where you play into your defense's hands. I think that's the most stress that comes from it is, they have the weapons and the talent to go make these plays. And that's what BK is obviously alluding to at the beginning is that we don't want to handcuff these guys. We want them to be able to perform to the best of their abilities and be free. We're not going to hold them back. But at the same time, this is where the confusion creeps in. This is where the mess of this offense lives, is in the fact that obviously you want to allow your playmakers to be playmakers and to not handcuff this offense, let them be free and see how electrifying they can be. But if the quarterback can't make the throws and the line can't block it up to create the running lanes or to keep your quarterback upright, at some point you've got to play into that hand more than we have playmakers to be explosive. We don't want to handcuff them.
I'm going to go ahead and play a clip after the Florida game, and y'all tell me which Brian Kelly to believe.
And in the back, I know you love these immediate post-game sessions, but what are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really? Is that the first question? We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game.
All right. How about third down then? What is going on with third down?
It's one game. Last game, we were great on third down. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball, quite honestly.
We can run the ball. Did you see the last play of the game? That's all you need. You just need one. There's some ridiculous questions. And I'm getting tired of it. That football team just worked their tail off to get an SEC win, and you want to know what's wrong. You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled. This team is 17-1 at night. 17-1. Give them some respect. How about that? Give them some respect instead of micro-analyzing every little thing. This is ridiculous. For a group of seasoned reporters, that kind of question is so out of line.
And that was all predicated off of the fact that he wanted to give the defense credit, right? Or he said after that, he got a different question, which was warranted, I guess. Somebody has to ask something else after that. Can't talk about the run game. Never ask again. Of we played to our strengths, right? Is that not what he said? Is that there's opportunities for us to go for it on fourth down, but our strength lies in the defense. We'll kick it and pin them deep. And now he says, that's not really who we are on offense. I mean, when there's times for us to go for it, we will. I just don't know what the identity is, and now from the head coach, I don't think he knows what the identity is.
Well, because there isn't one, and I think that's what I from the dynamic of both of those answers is that there's not an identity. They don't have one at that point in game number 3 of the season when Nussmeier is obviously not healthy and can't make the throws. That was the identity of the team. Was play into what's going to help you win the game, and it's the defense that's going to get 5 interceptions and get you off the field consistently. Because there were a few times in that football game specifically, I sat back and I was surprised they didn't go for it on fourth down, or they weren't a little more aggressive and they were putting Chadwick out there. That what he was saying in that game is exactly how they played the Florida game. They played into the hands of the defense.
It's very
to win.
easy to play the result.
Right, and so obviously things change as the season goes on. The issue right now is they don't have an identity because they shouldn't have to do that, right? They shouldn't have to play into their defense's hands. And I think that is the current crisis, is that you have the pieces to not have to be that type of offense. You have every piece, every person, every reason to not be a conservative offense and to instead be electric. Before the season started, I was sitting in Trifecta talking to some of the people there, and Josh asked me, what do you expect from the offense? And I was like, look, I don't know how good they're going to be. I know the offensive line is probably going to struggle. If they're going to be something, it's going to be fun, was the word I used. Because looking at the pieces they had, seeing what we saw in fall camp when Garrett Nussmeier, I believe, was healthy, I expected him to be fun. You had playmakers, Barryon Brown, Nick Anderson, Chris Hilton, Aaron Anderson, Xavier Thomas. I can go down the list again. That's why there's a crisis, is because you shouldn't have to. It's the dynamic of what you should be versus what you are. And through 5 games, what you are is a team that needs to dink and dunk and sustain drives and play into your defense's hands. The team you should be electrifying. You should be able to stretch the field and be consistent and throw deep crossers and go and slot fades and go routes up the sideline and posts. And you should be able to do all of those things with all of this litany of weapons. But you can't, because either the quarterback can't make the throws because he's hurt, he makes the wrong decision, the offensive line doesn't give him time, they fall apart, the defense is dropping 8 because you can't run the football. All of those issues play you down from what you can be to what you currently are. And that's the stress that's going on tomorrow night, is either you live up to the potential and you start to finally get moving to what you can be, and that's the change, or you accept who you are, you gear towards that, and you put a game plan together to be successful with what you know you can do. And that was my biggest stress going through 5 games, especially looking at Ole Miss, because there was a game plan put in place for an offense to be what they can be when they didn't have the capability to do that. If Nuss can't make that throw to Chris Hilton down the sideline, don't call it. If he can't make that throw to Xavier Thomas on the post in the end zone, don't put him in the position to not be able to execute. It's been this clashing of what you can do versus what you should be able to do that's been butting heads. And this is the game that has the stress, because now is the time to see the change. And there's a couple of things that can be the change. It's either you accept who you are and you're a dink and dunk, screen, short offense with these speedy guys that you have back there where you run the football with wide receivers, and that's who you are because your quarterback's not going to be able to make the plays. Or your quarterback can make the plays and you start to try to live up to your expectations, whether it's Garrett Nussmeier, whether it's Van Buren. It's one or the other. It's been a clash of those two things through 5 weeks, and that's what adds the stress onto tomorrow night.
Is it fair to say that this is a issue from the top down, whether it be Brian Kelly and Garrett Nussmeier being tied at the hip, Joe Sloan trying to run a different offense an offense that he feels like is more catered to a different style of quarterback, and then Joe Sloan, I mean, let's call it what it was. Denbrock got run out of town because he didn't want to be co-seized with Sloan, and because Sloan was going to bring in Underwood. And now Underwood's not here, so Brian Kelly's left with the proverbial dick in your hand, where you're like going, this is what the meal I made for myself. This is the bed I have to sleep in now. And now you're kind of stuck in a position of no Bryce Underwood. That's the guy that Sloan circled, and everybody would have, but had a 2-year relationship with, didn't get the job done because you got absolutely godfathered. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about that. You didn't have the money, right. But now you're with the guy that you didn't particularly, you thought that could grow with a different quarterback, right? And now after Denbrock leaves, who was Brian Kelly's guy, the one guy he brought in that actually you felt very confident in. Right. And now it's Sloan versus Nuss versus BK versus Sloan versus now maybe Nuss versus BK because of the injury, and like you keep putting me out there. And I'm not going to say anything for the good of the program, but like he's in an unwinnable situation, and this whole thing feels like it is a
No, it's a mess. It's an absolute that
Walked
dynamic.
into the wrong hotel room.
That dynamic that you're bringing up is the soap opera of it all, where it's just this complete disconnect. And that's the pressure on tomorrow night, is that you're hoping to see that somewhat solved. And the way you do that is somebody's got to, you got to compromise, you got to sacrifice. It's like they're married, right? It's a three-person
it's a
marriage
throuple
right now. It's a throuple
with Alex Atkins leering in the window.
and Cortez Hankton, right? Like that was the question I was asked on the show yesterday. Was like, who all has their voice in the room? I was like, that's the issue. Is it could be
Too many
of
voices.
6 people,
You go with that one.
and so it's about those 3 guys, but more importantly, the quarterback and the offensive coordinator compromising, sacrificing, shaking hands, and being on the same page. And that'll bring up some of these next clips. Just run clip 9 and clip 10 back to back.
Please.
Please, sir. As it's BK talking about being more consistent on offense and the addition of the vertical passing game. This will kind of close out the offense discussion from this morning as BK elaborated a little bit more on what the expectations are for tomorrow night. And it's to be a more consistent offense. And he then, of course, clarifies that he knows they need to be able to find something in the vertical passing game. Here's BK.
Who do you think hates these more? Him or us?
Him.
Yeah.
1,000%.
We were 1 of 7. It has to be. I mean, we were 1 of 7, throwing the ball down the field. We need to throw it, we need to catch it, and we have to push the ball down the field. That is integral to what I'm saying to everybody here is an offense that is complete. You know, you've got to have the ability to run the ball when the numbers are fair. You've got to get the ball out on the perimeter when the numbers aren't fair. And you also have to push the ball vertically. Those are all the components that we have to have within our offense. And sometimes we have it really good on one end and not on the other. We've got to bring all those components, and one of them is the vertical passing game. I think I made it pretty clear we have to be more consistent offensively. We have to be more productive, from an offensive standpoint. It's been on again, off again. This needs to be much more consistent in its performance. That's where our offense needs to be. Is it going to be on Saturday? I hope so. But I know the process in terms of the work that we're doing. Nothing's up for discussion. We're looking at every facet of our offense to be more consistent and have more of a balanced approach to what we're doing.
So, I mean, those answers along with the answer he gave to John when he said that he expects this offense to break out. And then he continues on. He talks about being more consistent on offense, being balanced on offense, and bringing in the vertical passing game. All of that adds to the pressure of what tomorrow will hold. Will you see those things? Will you see an offense that can stretch the field? Will they be more consistent? Will they be balanced? I wish I had an answer for you, because I wish I had an answer for myself. I wish I could tell myself what I was going to see tomorrow night. Genuinely.
I literally have no clue.
That's the part that sucks the most, is I don't know what I'm going to see offensively. Now, defensively, I have all the trust and belief in the world
I haven't had a question about it.
that Blake Baker is going to have a game plan and a thought and be able to handle what South Carolina can do. Go ahead.
If I were to skip a game and just watch it on TV, like an SEC night game, because I would never do that. But tomorrow would be that game because I want to see.
I want to see the cinema.
Yeah, I want to see what does Garrett look like on TV.
Yeah,
like compare it to the last game and see it on TV.
Get the full dynamic of what you can see, what the announcers say, the cut-ins, the commercial, all of those things.
Sideline reporter.
Right.
Garrett's apparently hurt.
And so I have all the confidence in the world in the defense. And look, if they don't step up and Sellers runs all over them and there's a problem with running quarterbacks, I'll eat crow on Monday or on Sunday and say, I was wrong. But I will die on the hill and I'll fall on that sword.
As much as we hate, if they do well, we need to love as much.
But that's the part of not knowing, right?
Right.
There's such a, and I know that we've been assumed to be a negative Nancy this week, but who isn't? Of course, but there is a part of me that has full confidence LSU can beat South Carolina because they haven't been very good, right? Like they can't run the football. Lenore Sellers is really the one thing you're trying to stop, and I trust Blake Baker implicitly to be able to do that.
Right.
But these have not inspired much confidence in me on the offensive side of the football, and that's why he keeps getting asked about it because they're so confident. Like there hasn't been a question about the defense in 2 weeks.
No, I mean they asked a question about the ability to stop Sellers, and he said that's just, I mean, and of course, and so look.
But the offensive side of the football is that's Brian Kelly he was a play caller for 30 some odd years.
Right.
Like he knows what offense looks like. He's been a part of some pretty good offenses in his tenure at whether it be Cincinnati, Notre Dame. Like he knows football. You have to give him that, or else he's just like that's part of the frustrating thing is like this man has coached a long time and done it successfully.
Right.
And then he gets to this place and it's like he started over.
We're going to dive into the 3 keys to victory this morning, the way that LSU can win this football game against South Carolina. Because, look, like Lloyd said, I think they're going to win tomorrow night as well. But don't forget, before we get into it, that every single day we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. Our guy, Pierce Patterson from CAS Roofing and Advising, does great work. I went by a couple of their jobs this past week, and they were out there grinding, man. The crew is the best. They get out there, they tear that roof off, they clean up your yard, they get it out of there. Gage is pulling that dump trailer to get the old shingles out of your yard. They do great work. Make sure you call 225-910-0619. Pierce will come out to your house, hop up on your roof, let you know if there's any damage, and if there's not. If there's damage, he'll walk you through the process, and they'll get you taken care of and do great work. And if there's not, you have the piece that your roof was looked at by a professional, you're in good shape, and they'll always be there for you when you need them. So call 225-910-0619, Pierce Patterson from CAS Roofing and Advising.
And if you want to talk ball, just knock on Gage's window.
There you go.
Hit him in the chat.
When I pulled up to the roof the other day, I just hopped in the truck with Gage, and I was like, hey, what do you think? And he had a litany of questions and thoughts. Yeah. Shout out to our guy.
Oh, he's in here.
Gage Evans. He's in the chat. I know he is.
There's not a man in the world that wants to talk ball more than Gage Evans.
That's 1,000. So if your roof is getting, like Lloyd said, if the CAS is doing your roof, the project manager's Gage Evans right here in the chat. He'll, be watching the show because they start tearing off the roof at 6:30 a.m., so he's out there. He's in the truck watching the show. You can just go join him.
You might as well make the YouTube.
Come on. So, we appreciate Pierce, CAS, that whole team, 225-910-0619. Lloyd, if you want to throw that 3 keys to victory graphic up on the screen, as me and Lloyd both put down what we thought would help lead LSU to a win tomorrow night. Chat, go ahead and drop your keys to victory.
They dropped a couple of them at the very beginning.
Okay.
In the chat, but feel free to go up to the tippy top.
Just go ahead and drop what you think will be the keys to victory for LSU. What would you like to see that you would think LSU is going to win that football game? This is what me and Lloyd put out. Christian didn't like the gladiator theme.
I didn't know what it was. I never said I didn't like it.
Okay. I feel like this is just straight up. It's on edge to be the Coliseum tomorrow night, and just a battle between 2 teams fighting for their lives. So it just has a gladiator feel to it. But Lloyd, your first, or just go through all 3 of your keys to victory.
Yes, so I went through, as you can read here on the screen, limit turnovers. That would be clearly on the offensive side of the football. Find an identity on offense, whether it be dink and dunk, run the football. I do think that the second one, I do feel will be decided at least for this week because of everything that's come out, whether it be we're going to get quicker to the line, and like everything we talked about with Glenn West and his write-up on 247 was very good into the mind of Brian Kelly as to what the plan is when it comes to how do you make this offense go. And he's like, maybe just make it simpler. And that's something that, I mean, when you've played every other card, you might as well play the next one. And so what if you just line up and, like, we're not making checks. We're just going to get this back to install and try to do it that way. And maybe LSU is just more talented Like at some point,
Right,
talent wins
right.
out. Instead of making this a mental game, let's make it a physical game, because that's what football is. At some point, you have to be able to beat the man across from you. And if there's 5 people you have lined up versus 3 people lined up, you have the numbers. I'm tired of hearing about that. Like, if you could sneak it for 2 yards, 3.5 yards of play and get a first down, or 4 straight plays and get a touchdown, as I saw last night.
Tush push.
Tush push. But it seems like they're going to look different tomorrow of what they want to do offensively because of everything that's been said. I don't know if it'll be good or bad, but at least it might be an identity.
Right.
And the third key is no explosives, and that is specifically don't let sellers do the deal. Like
What you saw last year.
Yeah, like keep it corralled. Keep everything in front of you. Make them go 8, 10, 12 plays because his footwork is not consistent enough to be able to beat you as a passer of the football. He can make some wow throws. Same thing with DJ Lagway. Can put it in spots that like,
which he did. Like the touchdown throw was a wow throw by Lagway.
Right. Like there's those moments you're like, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Like great throw. But if you have to run 10, 12, 15, they can't run the football either.
Right.
So just keep it all in front of you. Don't give them a cheap one, and then you'll be able to hold them to 14, 17 points. And it was a race to, what would we say, 28? Ended up being a race to 24. This feels like a race to 21.
Yeah. My 3 keys to victory are capitalizing on turnovers. So if your defense, like I said on what day was that, Wednesday, goes out there, makes a play, gets you the football back, whether it's a short field, wherever, capitalize on it. Now, to me, capitalization on turnovers doesn't always mean a touchdown. A field goal is capitalizing. On top of that, sustaining a drive, to me, is capitalizing on turnovers. If your defense goes out there and they ball out, like the series I think of is the one that I talked about ad nauseum on Wednesday. A.J. Halsey punches the football out, stops Ole Miss's momentum right there on the spot, and you go 3 plays, a minute and 11, 0 yards, and give them the football back, and they, of course, go and score a touchdown. So if your defense makes a play like that, gets you the football back, capitalize on it, that means a touchdown, a field goal, or just sustaining a drive and giving them a breather to allow them to continue to play at a very, very high level. 0 sacks, keeping Garrett Nussmeier upright, obviously, and this is something that they've done considerably well. He doesn't get sacked all that often. There have been some sacks, like it's football. It's not last year's offensive line that just kept him upright all the time. But, and to me, even to be a little more specific than the 0 sacks, is don't let Dylan Stewart wreck the football game. He's going to line up on the right side. There's no reason that he wouldn't. Like, if you're the defensive coordinator for South Carolina and you don't put him on the right side of that offensive line, what are you thinking? Especially if it's a 3-man front, you cannot let Dylan Stewart wreak havoc. The way that Deshaun Womack was able to get to Garrett Nussmeier in a 3-man front by beating Carius Kern around the edge. Ended up being an offside. That's why he got the jump. But keep Garrett Nussmeier upright. Don't allow Dylan Stewart to wreck the football game by sacking your quarterback. Because on top of that, as much as a sack sucks just in the drive standpoint, if Nussmeier does come out and is healthier, keep him that way. Don't let him get crack-backed in the backfield and get up dry heaving and not able to throw the football. Keep him healthy.
That's part of this offensive identity thing. I think they kind of go hand in hand. It's if you want, like Nussmeier's been able to keep himself somewhat upright, but I think it sped up his process considerably where he's not able to throw it deep. He doesn't trust what's in front of him. Like even we dissected that throw quite a bit where he like puts his whole body into it. We're looking at injury, and it looks like he doesn't trust where his trust what's in front of him, and as far as where I can put my feet.
Right.
Like I can't step into it because that could be an ACL. He's protecting himself in a way, but it needs to be decided which one, like what you want to do. If that's how you're going to play and you want to take deep shots, you better be able to block it up front, but then you become predictable in how you look.
Right.
And so there is an identity crisis, and that's why it's on the list. I'd like to see something, but I think a healthy Braylon Moore, if that's the case, you got a bye week, ankle better. You saw what it looked like against Clemson,
Right.
and I'll die on that hill. Like
Like he hadn't been himself. Right,
yeah,
right.
the PFF grade was like 86 on both run and pass blocking. Like that was a real, like that's what you paid for.
Right.
And ever since then, he's been a shell of himself because he can't do the things that make him good. But if he's healthier and you get that protection up the middle, I mean, that's how you used to beat pocket passers. If that's what Garrett Nussbauer wants to be identified as and played as, like how did the Minnesota Vikings beat Drew Brees? They put everybody up the middle. It would they put Daniil Hunter at basically nose and just said, go win.
Right.
And so if you get pressure in your face and you're not adept to maneuvering around that, which I think Nuss is good in the pocket, but there's times whenever he does the bailout move and backpedals and gets nervous and I'm going to trust this thing.
Right.
And when nobody else sees it, sometimes it's magic. But that's how you get to Nuss, and the 0 sacks becomes, it wasn't a sack, but it could be a turnover.
Right. And that plays into it. It's just really pressure on the quarterback. Like
Right.
I want there to be 0 sacks, keep him off the ground, don't let him get hurt.
Get comfortable.
But allow him to get comfortable, allow him to be comfortable in the pocket to make the plays.
He needs to stop thinking.
And so, and those 3 keys, me and Lloyd's kind of line up somewhat: the offensive identity, limiting turnovers, and capitalizing on turnovers. That's all the offense. Those are the things they haven't done well. That should be low-hanging fruit to solve somewhat, because there are things that would be a key to victory that, to me, just aren't that realistic. And we'll get into some of those discussions as well. The last key to victory that I had is labeled Sellers' arm. And by that I mean make Lenore Sellers beat you with his arm. We've had the conversation many times. They did it extremely well against Cade Klubnik. They did it well against DJ Lagway. They didn't do it all that well against Chambliss, but he also performed well throwing the football. You saw them put Cade Klubnik in a blender. They did the same thing to DJ Lagway, maybe even worse, where those guys became one-dimensional. They didn't have confidence in what they were looking at, and they made mistakes. One of those ones was on the road. I think Sellers is obviously a much better athlete and runner than both of those guys, and possibly a just better overall quarterback. I think this is the best quarterback LSU's faced up to this point in the season. And so you have to, one, don't allow him to break plays with his legs, like Lloyd said, and limiting explosives. Don't allow him to do that. But on top of that, if you make him beat you with his arm, make him make mistakes the same way you've done that to everybody else. And that goes hand in hand with, if you can make him, what did H-Town Creole say? Sellers will have 3 interceptions. Put him in the position to throw the ball 40, 50 times. It's not going to happen, but 35, 40 times with this defense in Death Valley on a Saturday night, you can create mistakes. And then that just turns into my other key to victory, which is capitalize on it. Sustain a drive. Keep the defense fresh so they can go do that same thing again. They're going to play with a different type of edge on Saturday night in Death Valley, and that's why, for me, when I look at this game tomorrow night, I'm hard-pressed always, unless it's Nick Saban on the other side, to see a team beat LSU in a night game in Death Valley. Very rarely, if ever, am I going to pick against LSU at night in Death Valley, unless Nick Saban is on the other sideline.
17-1.
And look, I know some people think that was just kind of a boosting his head, but it's a real record. I mean, they are 17-1 at night in Death Valley, and and the numbers overall, ever like in this golden age of LSU football back to the Saban era, pretty good record at night in Death Valley. So I very rarely will pick against LSU in Death Valley on a Saturday night, and I'm not doing that this weekend. I think LSU goes out there and wins. I think the defense is going to play up to the crowd the same way they did against Florida, where they're going to fly around. They're going to create mistakes for Sellers. They're going to make Sellers make mistakes. And I think they're going to play a heck of a football game because they've had 2 weeks to rest, get healthy. The same things we talk about for the offense, the defense got that too. They got to rest, they got to get healthy, and they also got to self-scout, improve, and scout for South Carolina and prepare a game plan for what that offense does well.
Do you think that BK is in the spot where you obviously you heard his comments on what he wants to do offensively, how it's kind of shifted from placate to the defense versus we need to be aggressive on offense? Is that the game? Is this? I don't know if this is the game to do that.
I mean, if you're looking at the schedule ahead, this would be the game.
Are you trying to get a win or are you trying to get better?
Both.
Right.
And that's the struggle because I think
At some point, you're going to have to be able to do it. Absolutely.
I truly think in this football game tomorrow night, you can not get those things right on offense and win it.
Right.
Because of how good your defense is, you're at home. You can Florida this game.
Mm-hmm.
You can win it the same way, in my opinion. Put together a couple of good drives offensively, maybe get a defensive touchdown, be good on special teams. That's going to be an interesting battle to think about against a Shane Beamer team always.
Yeah, I mean, last year we called the block punt.
Right, and so
but this special team has
you're
been so much better.
And this is the game where you find out how much better they truly are. And if you're good in that phase, defense is what they were against Florida, and offense can just be serviceable. You can Florida this football game. So it comes down to, is that going to be enough? And that's a decision that like I've said, the crisis that they've had. Where do you just accept who you are, play to your defense, and just win the football game? Or do you try to maximize potential? And if I'm looking at the schedule, this is the game, if there were one, to try and maximize the potential. You're coming off of a 2-week preparation period where you got to rest and get healthy. It's a Saturday night in Death Valley against a sputtering South Carolina who's not played up to the standard I think that was expected. So if there's a game to go out there and try to have that offensive breakout, this is the one.
Would you say in this game as well? Now, I don't think it will happen, but the discourse around Michael Van Buren. Like, are you quicker to put him in due to the defense being confident in the defense, or do you think they keep Garrett in, being confident in the defense, and just try to Clemson and Florida this game?
Right, because that's the dynamic now is, does your trust in the defense go hand in hand with leaving Nussmeier out there, or does it say, well, we need to capitalize? I would lean towards they trust the defense so much,
right,
that Garrett they'll ride with 18. I
just don't know if they put Garrett in a tight, or put Michael Van Buren in a tighter, more competitive game versus a better team. I feel like if anything, if you were to have that question answered, I feel like this would be the game to give him reps and snaps in an SEC game.
Maybe.
Because if they're struggling, you don't want to put him in for the first time against an Alabama or an Oklahoma.
Right.
You want to put him in against South Carolina at home.
No, I agree. I think this would, on paper be the game. I think there's so many things that go against that happening, and the fact that you've had 2 weeks for Nussmeier to rest and get healthy.
No, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
But no, I'm with you. It's a good question, and so I don't think this will be the game that happens. We did if you didn't see it on our social media or on our YouTube page, we posted as well, the go or no. One of the questions Wyatt asked was, will Michael Van Buren take important snaps?
Well, would be like a significant package for.
And I said no, we both said no.
I don't think he does all year.
I think that it'll be it's Garrett Nussmeier's game, and that's what we've said all week.
And it's going to look good enough,
right? And
good enough.
Yeah,
to
it's
me
going to
right
look good
now,
enough.
LSU wins this football game, and the reason I have that much belief is just on two things. It's a Saturday night in Death Valley after 2 weeks, coming off of a lost, sold-out environment, and like Andrew Messina says, 75 degrees at kick. It's going to be a great day to tailgate. It's all lined up well for an electric night in Death Valley.
Beer.
And then I trust this defense with 2 weeks to prepare and to get ready and to get healthy and rested. I think they're going to create issues. I have LSU winning the football game. Score? I will go 23 LSU to 16 South Carolina. 23-16.
No questions answered.
No, I don't think so. Cool. To me, that, like, now, if LSU goes out there, scores 32 points, wins it 32-17, and looks better and finds some rhythm offensively, I will be very much pleased.
Is there booze in that 23-16?
Yes.
Yes. I just sanely cannot say I expect it to be.
I mean, I'm borderline on.
I like that one.
What do you
give me your real?
I mean, I'm on the fence.
Right.
What do you think happens if this game's in South Carolina?
Oh, it's a completely different football game.
Right.
And that was a part of my concern facing Ole Miss was you're going to the opponent's place. You saw South Carolina was rocking in 2024. Like last year, that place was bumping for an 11 a.m. kick in that football game. And I think it's a completely different football game, are they not, in Death Valley? I agree.
Yeah.
But they are.
And we're fortunate enough because of the fan base, because of the people that watch the show, because of the people that root for LSU do have the environment in which can win you a football game.
Right.
And this might be one of those because, like I said, they can't run the football. They don't have any offense that you're really concerned about outside of the quarterback. If you have one man to stop the one man. And if that place gets, well, I would imagine it's just going to be such a, like, that's why the Coliseum vibe fits, because it feels like it's going to be, there's a lot of tension in the air. There's a lot of, and if I could add a fourth key, it would be for LSU to start fast. Mm-hmm. I think that would quell a lot of, that could get you through an entire half. If LSU goes out and scores in the first two drives, and it could be 3, it could be 7, but 7 would be much more palatable. But if you just show you have a pulse on that side of the ball, like that place will be turned to 11 because they're looking for something to be excited about the same way that they're literally holding their thumbs. Like, which way do I want to go?
Right.
Like, that's the gladiator shit where it's like, you make the decision for me. Like, do you want me to kill or be killed? And that's what it feels like. Because people are looking to bite at the first thing they see. And if it's an LSU offense that goes down the field and 5 plays in a minute and a half and scores a touchdown, that place is going to be on 10.
Yeah.
If it's a 3 and out, 4 yards and a punt in a minute and 8 seconds, it's a totally different atmosphere. Yeah, it's like I've been in that stadium for far too long to not know how this place is going to react to anything.
It'll be, we're back or pack it up.
Right. And I'll stay just to be pissed. And they'll obviously always root for LSU and they'll turn it up for the defense, and that's a bit. The crux of this thing is you're at the spot in the season where if a stadium is there to will you to victory, where dreams go to die, the best thing Les Miles has ever said, if you're a girl, that's the place you want to be, and that's where you are at night. Like, that can shift everything.
Right.
And you saw it against Florida. Like, DJ Lagway was in hell. Cade Klubnik at home was in hell against that defense. Like, he lost where he was because Tiger Stadium went to Death Valley Junior and took it over. Like there was more LSU contingency on that side in the fourth quarter than there was Clemson. They were leaving. And so you have the ability to impact the game, and I think that's what fucking ride with them. Like, I would love everything in my brain says to pick South Carolina because of what I've heard and what I've seen offensively, but I ain't betting against Tiger Stadium.
Never. No, never. And I think that it genuinely, if you, like you said, you don't take them out of it early, like they're not going to file out after a 3 and out.
No, but it'll be an away game.
Give them something to root for and get fired up. I think Death Valley wins you this football game more than anything else. I completely trust the defense, believe in them. If the offense can give them the juice or really just the breather they need, they can go win you the football game. Death Valley can win you the football game. Those two things play in your advantage. I have that winning the game for LSU. Christian, your
score
feelings.
prediction and feelings?
Yeah, all of the above.
Well, hoping Luke gets a ticket, because if not, I'll probably not go to the game. But Luke will get you a ticket. 28-14 LSU, or 28-24 LSU, sorry. I feel very similar to Lloyd. Like, because it felt like that at the Florida game a little bit, and even then the questions about the offense were not nearly as big as they are now. Everyone's like what's the deal with the offense? I got girls behind me yelling bench us, and it's like, hold on, we're in the third game of the season. Let's chill. So I didn't want to say what else I said, but yeah, like they're gonna bite. Like we're gonna bite. Because I say we were in the student section. We're going to bite at anything that's good. We're also going to bite hard on anything that's bad. I'm not going to say anything about the defense during the game because they're like Jesus Christ to this team. They're Jesus Christ to this Old Testament offense. But yeah, I think 20-24 LSU. I am concerned. Like I said, I almost want to skip the game so I can see it on TV if it is bad. If it is bad, I'm going home after the first quarter just to see it on TV.
He's going to golf suites.
Yeah.
There you go.
I might just book it. Walk back home and then just book it to Golf Suites. And then talk to Ro and Kev about it.
There you
Hell
go.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm going to check in with Ro. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to check in with Ro. We should have him join us soon here this morning to talk a little LSU football, preview a Saturday night in Death Valley with one of the LSU legends. Shout out to Rohan Davey. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Tingle & Co. right after this.
Need work on the blasphemous Bible.
Over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Gilmartin on the Go Deli.
Gilmart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
ASMR it. Yeah, no, yeah, chew it right.
You did that during the watch parties. You sick.
You know how you get that jawline. Those chips.
Shout out Baller Bites. About to
And
put
we are back.
All right, welcome back here as we were rolling through hour number 2 this morning. Got my text in a row. I will let you guys know when he responds. We'll take a break and we'll get him set up.
Copyright issues.
Probably. What do you think, though? How are they?
They're very good. I'm not a chip guy at all, but if there's any chips I will eat, anything Cheeto, Frito, or Dorito related.
Okay.
Or
Frito.
Ball and Bites related.
I really don't like chips. I mean, I do like, obviously, tortilla chips and like guacamole or queso. That's pretty good.
But these Baller Bites,
these are fire.
they're pretty good. They really are. Like, we're not just trying to
Look,
pull your
look
leg
at 'em?
here.
Would you show them like what they look like?
Yeah, you can go up to your
Yeah.
thing right here. Bring it here.
6'7".
There it is. Go take a bite.
You look like you've held on to something like that before.
Take a bite. There you go, Baller Bites. They really are good. We're not just pulling your leg and trying to get you to go and buy them. It is the official snack of Harold Perkins. The Baller Bites. They're very, very good.
We are trying to get you to buy them.
They have them
are
at
good.
and I was asked a lot of questions about them yesterday after we announced them on the show and posted them on social media. That you can go to the website. I put the link in the chat, but also all Rouse's locations.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the Mathern's right there on campus. So tomorrow, the Mathern's right there across from Tiger Stadium. They got Baller Bites in stock. Go ahead, check them out, get you some.
Sneak them into the stadium and throw them in the air.
But this is the thing: if you eat your Baller Bites tomorrow, Harold Perkins legacy game.
Legacy game.
If you enjoy some Baller Bites prior to the game, but I do want to get a quick
baller she bites. We all scream for ice cream.
Hopefully one day.
You get some ice cream.
But what we will go through now is the schedule for this weekend. Maybe some predictions. Ohio State, Illinois, 11 a.m. kick.
That's a sneaky Illinois game there. That is sneaky. I know we believe in Bielema on this show. So
what are you going with? Who win? You have Illinois winning?
Sure.
Okay.
What's the spread?
Illinois.
Let's see. Via ESPN Bet.
Oh, the worst.
Now I'm not holding my nuts and doing it and picking
Minus
it for
14 and a half
underdogs thing, but
I would take Illinois minus plus 14.5.
You would?
Yep. I will.
Yeah, I mean, 14 in the hook is a lot of points.
yeah, give me the spread, not the win.
But, and it's at Illinois. It is not in Ohio. So that could play into their hands. What other games we have here on the schedule? Bama, Missouri. Alabama minus 3.5.
That's if you were to pick the spread in that game, is that what you'd have picked? Do you see Dorkowitz go on the SEC teleconference and ask DeBoer if he's going to wear the black hoodie at the Missouri blackout?
I did not see that.
He hopped on the call. He acted like he was a reporter. He's fun. He is kind of. He's like nerd.com.
Right.
But that's a good.
If he was my coach.
Well, your offense would score more than 10 points a game.
Christian, go outside and let Rowe in. I also sent you his number if you need to call him. But yeah, shout out to Rudy. I'm surprised. 3.5. I mean, it's in Columbia, Missouri. 3.5 is not a lot of points.
Well, I don't think Columbia, Missouri it's not Tiger State. They're the deciding factor in this
not
one.
At all.
But I'm sure they'll be raucous because they put together a good program. Like if
Blake
Baker's still there.
This is the conversation is like for Alabama, this is just kind of like the biggest game of the month, maybe. It's just kind of like just from the Alabama fan base perspective. For Missouri, this is like the biggest game of your life. You're undefeated, top 15 in the country. You have Alabama, who is no longer Alabama, coming into town.
You've seen Superman bleed.
Right.
And they've won, I think, 17 straight at home, with LSU being the last.
Wow. Shout out Jaden Daniels.
Yep, the last time they lost. Well, shout out Harold Perkins.
Yeah.
And what is it, 14-0? No, they went for 2. It was 15-0.
Well, yeah, they went for 2 on the first drive, and that was the biggest FU I've ever seen in my life. Like, we're just gonna go for 2. You can't
get it.
I really want Missouri to win this football game just for the sake of, like, it would be exciting to see. I think Bama wins it. I think Bama is on the trajectory of one of the best football teams in the country. And I think Ty Simpson's really good at football.
Oh, it's the internal debate of if you think LSU is good enough, you don't need Alabama to lose, right? You'd want that win to count for something more than a 2-loss Alabama team that you beat. And people are like, well, they lost to Missouri and Florida State.
Right. And Florida State now has 2 losses. So I don't know. And Chad, get in on the Mizzou Bama. What do y'all think? I'm very interested in that football game, but I think Bama wins. I think Bama wins that football game. Let's see, what's another? Oklahoma, Texas.
Mateer or no?
Well, the last report I saw was that they're aiming to get Mateer to play, and that's still on the table, but that it was basically just kind of both sides of the fence. Basically saying he can play, but they don't know if he can play, essentially. So it's a sneaky one. I mean, Oklahoma's favored by 1.5 in Austin.
Texas can't. Their offense is in trouble.
Abysmal.
And it's not Arch. It's just like, oh.
There he is.
Yes, sir. To the east side.
Come on, he can sit right here. There he is.
Boy, look it. Yes, sir. Look, it's a cookie.
Good to see everybody's favorite LSU quarterback in the studio this morning.
What is going on?
Rohan Davey, how we doing?
Look, microphone works. You see that? Ain't no adjustments needed.
How beautiful. So all I can say is just how beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's going to be going down in here, y'all. It's going to be going down. Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to a brand new, beautiful studio, man.
Southern Regional Medical Center.
I love the smell of your cologne.
Yes.
But bro, how we doing? How's the bye week? How was the 2-week break to sit in and marinate in the Ole Miss loss?
Hey, listen, it's just like anything else, man. Any tragedies, as time goes on, you get over it. You know what I mean? And I was over it, a long time ago after the loss, probably a couple of days. But
Tuesday.
So then now you get a chance to sit back and be like, well, okay, that happened, but goals are still in front of us.
Right.
And, the only thing about all that is now it's like, please show me something that can show that we can attain these goals offensively. You know what I'm saying? We see it everywhere else, and I hate to keep coming back to the same thing, but it is what it is. Every team at this point right now in college football are trying that are either still in it or
trying to
stay in it. They all are doing the same thing right now, trying to find that consistency to go on a run. Consistency to go on a run, build some momentum going into these playoffs.
And that's what helped with I guess, helped the grieving process in the loss was you got to sit back and watch everybody else play like, everybody else got some problems.
Right. No, honestly, it's a lot of, and that's part of the NIL thing. That's part of the transfer portal. You got guys spread out, good guys all across the place, and so it's no
stacking the deck.
Yeah, it's just no one team is just superior, dominant team. Now, if you get one of these teams like Ohio State, like LSU, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna throw Oregon, A&M into the mix. But if you get one of those teams now, start playing consistently, start getting complimented from everybody. That's when now you start separating yourself.
Yeah, and it was kind of an interesting feeling after watching that was last week, and I've asked a bunch of people the question of if it makes you feel better about where LSU's at because everyone else has their issues too, or it makes you feel worse because it's like this is really the year where LSU has the opportunity because there's not that powerhouse team.
Yeah. I think you want to get it fixed quick.
Right.
I mean, and it should have been already fixed, but based on just how everything is, hell yeah. I mean, look, you think about it and just look in the SEC as close as just look at Florida, right, and you say if their quarterback had his off season that he should have had, but he had the injuries and wasn't able to work and do all that. If he's a lot better now. If he's a lot better right now than he was coming to the year this year, if he went through the offseason and was a better quarterback now, I mean, we could be talking about Florida.
Right.
The way that defense plays and they special teams play. So it's right there for us. I do believe that, man. I think that you're going to have some tough games down the road, especially if that offense don't get going. It's going to get real tough.
Right, because when you look at to me, the month of October is a month where you need to go 3-0.
Yeah.
Because you've got, obviously, South Carolina tomorrow, to Nashville to play a dangerous Vanderbilt team.
No doubt.
Texas A&M coming to town here. And really, when you look at it, you want to go 10-2 because that's what gets you in the playoff. And
shit could go sideways real quick.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So how important
or you could be looking
month?
up.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could be moving on up.
That's right. And you're right. These next 3 games, and honestly, bro, like I don't see any of them being easy.
Right. Not at all.
You can't score.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see any of them being easy, and the fact that we talked about it, bro. Like this ain't no, especially going to Vanderbilt. This Vanderbilt isn't just no pushover.
And they're not old Vanderbilt.
No, hell no. The old Vanderbilt has been gone for about 3 years now, and they're getting players, and they have their budgets for the NIL. So you see better players, especially for them on defense. Defensively, they look a lot better than they have before in the past, and offensively, you know what you're gonna get what they are. But I mean, even this weekend, man, it's like, who are you gonna get at quarterback?
Right.
For Carolina, you know what I mean, and who are you gonna get on offense for LSU?
You're going to get a quarterback for LSU.
Yeah. And, bro, I hope this off week, I haven't pondered much. I haven't tried to, sneak in and see what's going on.
Right.
So I'm very interested to see how they come out of the bye week, what direction that they're taking offensively. Because this is it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you had your off week. Let's see what you evaluated. Let's see what it is that you've come up with, what combination of guys you feel work together the best, what combination of guys Nuss is on the same page with the best, who he has built that rapport with, what group. What have you decided to do with the offensive line? What is your movements there? Running back, how is Durham's injury? Is he, that type of thing. So it'd be interested to see going forward, because like I say, bro, this is it. This is where it's gonna go or it's not gonna go.
Right.
And this is D-Day, baby.
I mean, this is a 3-2
D-Day.
South Carolina team coming into town. So obviously on paper, not something that you would hype up as this marquee matchup, at least not the way it was preseason. But the pressure that's put on tomorrow night, just from the fact that you've got so many things you want to see get fixed, and if you don't really know where the season's going to go. In your time playing football, in your history, in your past, when you had a game that you looked at and you knew the pressure was there, it was essentially a must-win, what was that mindset and that focus like during the week that you want to see LSU kind of show they had tomorrow night?
Well, every as a unit, it's a different kind of way you take it on, right? And then individually, being the quarterback, being that receiver, but of course, especially being the quarterback, you take a lot of that pressure on as I got to damn play well,
right?
You know what I mean? And this is the thing though, like I'm sure that he's been feeling this way after like week 2.
Yeah.
Like I got to play well. I got to continue. I got to play well. And whether it's injury, no injury, whatever the case may be, I'm over the injury thing now for the simple fact that
if you keep going out there,
that's
healthy.
what I'm saying.
Right.
And the way they're disclosing or non-disclosing, so okay, y'all don't want us to worry about it. I'm not worried about it. So now I'm just straight talking about how you playing.
I'm eat whatever food you put in front of me.
That's
now.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yes, exactly. And y'all didn't give me nothing. This ain't enough.
Right.
You know what I
Crumbs.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, this ain't enough. And so take that out the window. he plays better, we play better. Honestly, offensively, he plays better, we play better. That's the only phase of the three phases that's not been keeping their end of the bargain. So if he plays better, everything rolls into form. So he has to come out of this, whatever conversations and meetings he may have throughout this bye week and met with the coaches and go over his plays and go over this, go over that, so they could get a little bit more cohesive, because they're not cohesive from the last thing that we saw.
Right.
You know what I mean? So however they fix it, and that happens. You get into it with your guys all the time. You spend so much time together. It's family. But families quarrel, but also families got to fix it to go forward. So I hope that they fix that. I hope that they've got on the same page. And I just want to see them fix that and progress. We haven't seen any progression.
Right.
Sorry. I don't know if you've heard, but Brian Kelly has talked about simplifying everything. There's been a lot of
that's good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, sometimes you can have, whether it be too many cooks in the kitchen, when you have Alex Atkins in the booth, Joe Sloan in the booth, Brian Kelly on the headset, and Nussmeier's getting three different voices that he's trying to get, sight adjust and do all the different things that he has to do after he gets a play call, whether going run, pass, run, get two different play calls, all those things. If you just go one play, go do it. It feels like that would calm maybe the voice inside Nuss's head a little bit.
Well, if that's part of the evaluation that they've done since they've been in an off week, I hope so. If he's getting, first of all, you can't get three different people in the air set. I don't even know if Brian Kelly could talk to him. I think
you can hear him.
Yeah, but if that's what's going on, that need to stop. And that shit should have been stopped. That should have been stopped whenever they decided to start doing that. He should hear one voice, and that's his OC. You know what I mean? Now, whether or not Brian Kelly wants to chime in, he chimes in to Sloan. And then Sloan, whatever, if you want to change whatever he said, then you go from there. But he should hear one voice. Him and Coach Sloan should be connected at the hip man joint. They should know and understand each other very well. They've been around each other for a while now. So they should know and understand each other very well, unless they just don't like each other, which I hope that's not the case, but you know what I mean? Right. So, but they should be joined at the hip and on the same page. And that's what I want to see. I want to see that.
And I'll ask, because we look at the bye week in this stretch and we can almost make it more time than it actually is.
Right.
Like we make it feel like it's a month or two when really it's just another week.
Right.
And I'll ask you, from your experience, how much can truly get done in that span where it's been, it'll be 14 days since you've played your last football game. How much can actually change in an open week, in a bye week, in an open day, and that sort of thing?
A hell of a lot. A hell of a lot can change, listen, a lot changed when I play, especially now when you have 50 analysts up there and you got, so many coaches on this, so everyone could divvy up a task and get it done and then bring it back to the head and we go from there. So I think a lot could be done, especially from, we all know this, from an injury standpoint. Right. A lot of guys, you get guys back healthy, guys that are on the brink of going out, get them back, closer guys that are out, come back. So that helps from a standpoint of just self-evaluation as a team. And with us, definitely, every facet of the units, you want to self-evaluate. What did we do well? What do we not do well? Throw it out, move it up, who played well? So, that's what those analysts and things of nature for. They do that while the coaches are coaching, and get that information to the coaches now going into the bye week. That's something that they've already got prepped, ready to go. And now we could attack those things in practice, in the team meeting room. Get us more familiar in these, get other guys more reps. All those type of things could happen. Similar to the wide receiver group. Get them back healthy. Who works best with who? This is what we're doing. These are who we're going with. We're going to rep. So, yeah, a lot could get done, man. A lot could get done.
And when you look at who's lining up across from LSU this weekend, South Carolina, high expectations going into the season. They're 3-2 now. It's kind of dampened them a little bit. But the one guy that's got high expectations and has lived up to it up to this point is Lenore Sellers. When you see him play quarterback, when you just see him play football, what do you see as a quarterback watching another quarterback?
Let me say this first. Even though their record is what it is, they still had the same guys on the team that were there at the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they had all the hype and everything coming into the season. Their quarterback started off slow.
Yeah.
Sellers started off slow, and now he's picking up a little bit of steam. And the thing I say about it is, I mean, it's, you know, I'm glad we faced Lagway.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I mean? I'm glad we faced Lagway because they're similar.
Yeah.
They're similar guys. I would give Sellers probably the upper hand in the passing department right now, just because Lagway hasn't had that opportunity to really get that cohesiveness with his guys. I think they're going to get better as the season goes on, because I think he's going to get better as the season goes on. But I think it's going to be even what their record is, what it is, I think it's going to be a tough matchup, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough matchup. And I hate to keep harping on it, but if our defense has to do what they've done against Ole Miss week in and week out, it's not going to bode well for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if we don't get some kind of complimentary ball from offense, and I mean, bro, like I'm not saying scoring every down here.
Right.
We're saying move the ball, pick up first downs, flip the field, give these guys some time. If that's how we're going to play this year, okay. But let's do a little bit better. We're not telling you to just throw bombs away every down, score a touchdown, put up 50 points. We're just saying, listen, bro, if we get it at the 10, pick up 2 first downs and get us out to the 40. If we got to punt, we got to punt.
Right.
You know what I mean? But get us from out here so we're not punting and not getting the ball on the 40-yard line. 40.
Right.
Like, that's when we talk about complimentary football, that's what I'm talking about. Of course, we want you to score points. But we also don't want you to – we pin them, you get it, and you go 3 and out. Now we back out here, and I ain't even sat down and took my helmet off yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
so –
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to play you a clip from Brian Kelly, what he said about that, because he's kind of changed his tune from relying on the defense to now feels like he's searching for something offensively. So I will play this.
Like, no, we're not playing that way no more.
That's kind of what he said, which is take the man for what he's worth. $100 million.
I think I made it pretty clear. We have to be more consistent offensively. We have to be more productive, from an offensive standpoint. It's been on again, off again. This needs to be much more consistent in its performance. That's where our offense needs to be. Is it going to be on Saturday? I hope so. But I know the process in terms of the work that we're doing. Nothing's up for discussion. We're looking at every facet of our offense to be more consistent and have more of a balanced approach to what we're doing.
Send it to you.
Your thoughts?
That just means we're bad.
I mean, he inspires no confidence on the microphone.
No, he. I mean, listen, I respect Brian Kelly for that outlook now, but that's what it's been. You know what I mean? Like, him saying that now, like, I get it. Like, he's basically fed up, dog. He's fed up of seeing this. He knows how good the defense is.
Right.
And he's like, just give me something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, listen, just give me something. Just give me something. Anything to keep these guys on the sideline for a little bit, flip the field, kick a field goal,
right.
Anything. Just give me anything. Right now, he said he's searching. They're turning over all stones. They're doing everything possible. And I believe that. I believe that because it's like what you said, Liz. Like, this year with college football, you don't know who's going to be in the playoffs, dog.
Right.
Like, you don't know who it's going to be. And it is prime for the taking. You know what I mean? Watch and see. The first team that get on the road and get some consistency, especially going, I don't care where they are. I don't care where they are, where they're coming from. That team is going to be in that for a while. Because it's all about the momentum and the confidence that you build as you go.
And you saw Oregon go on the road at Penn State and be able, like, I'm not high on Penn State. I don't think they're a very good football team, but that environment, a whiteout and what they do at night, like, that's a tough place to play.
Yeah, it's tough.
And you go to double overtime and win. I would say the same thing for Tiger Stadium. Like, it's tough to the toughest place to play in the country. And so I think that when LSU has that on its side, it's a benefit to be at home, and that's where LSU has kind of been able to, like, if you play Florida at Florida this year, you lose.
Right.
Like, you saw what happens when you already saw what happened when they went on the road. If they play Ole Miss at home, LSU wins. Right. In my mind.
Right.
And so you have this game at home against a South Carolina team that is sputtering a little bit, but the being able that is your calling card, but for that to be the identity of you right now, as you're like, if we play at home, we win. You should be able to be a team that can go on the road and win. I don't think LSU's shown that yet.
Well, hell no. No.
But that's a benefit for this weekend.
Yeah, right. No, that's right. I mean, no, they haven't, and we'll see. Right, we'll see coming up. But at some point, you're going to have to do that.
Yeah.
right? At some point, you're gonna have to get some teeth in the game. You're gonna have to do it. But it's so many things that are just not right now, and it's all on one side, and that to me is gonna be a problem if nothing smooths over. Right? If nothing smooths over, then
there's no in between.
Right.
Like
if they figure it out, it's a playoff team. If they
Yes.
don't, you're looking at 4 losses.
yes,
Like
yes.
that's where
like you said, it
can't win
can
this
slide
way.
real quick.
Yes.
real quick, and I don't get it though, bro. Like I really don't. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. How you and
you've seen a lot of football.
Yeah, well, and it's just the simple fact that like,
who are you?
We don't look like we're a playoff team. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
One side does.
One side, but as a whole, we don't. And it's gonna be a damn shame if we can't get it together.
Right.
If we can't get it together right now, it's gonna be a shame, bro. Because I mean, you think
100%.
about how much we've put into the portal.
Right.
The most we've ever put into the portal this season.
Right, the NIL money, $18 million.
The most. Went out and got dudes.
Yes.
And no one, they're not injured. You know what I mean? And coming in to have a Heisman. Listen, this is the other thing. I was thinking about this the other day. I cut off right. But look, I've been thinking about Nuss, right? Nuss is not a billboard guy. Nuss isn't a limelight guy, right? I don't think so. From what we've seen over the years and how when we see him speak, Nuss is a very chill, not an introvert like Joe Burrow, but also not just a guy that's out there. Now you coming into this season, right? And not only are you coming back, right? You projected whatever you was projected, first round pick, second round, whatever it was. You decide to come back to LSU. Now everything is on you. All eyes are on you. You're not used to that. Heisman Trophy campaign, candidate, all that.
SEC Media Day 18.
All that. You know, board of 18, all that. You got all these new guys and the receivers coming in. The expectations are through the roof. Bruh, I think all of that has really led to what we see right now. I do. His confidence and just him, I think, putting so much pressure on himself that
To be perfect.
To be absolutely perfect.
Right.
But honestly, he doesn't. Just keep doing what you've been doing. That's the reason why you're here. You know what I mean? So to think about all that, and then now season hasn't started terribly, but it's not what offensively where you guys are supposed to be. And now it's just the offense, right? And that's your unit. So all of those things, man, compacted now kills your confidence as a quarterback.
That's what it looked like. Injury withstanding. Like we said,
Correct.
Throw it out.
Correct.
It's now become like the way that he used to play. Like you can go back a year.
Right.
He was playing kind of without thinking, and now he's at the line making all of these adjustments and trying to be like almost prove he's a professional quarterback. And it's like, Nuss, you used to be the fucking gunslinger. Like go back and stop thinking so much, because I do think you're spot on with the fact that it's this weight on him to be the leader of the unit, to be the face of the program, to be responsible for a win. And he could just be a dude that goes out there, plays well, 250 yards, a touchdown, and then let your defense do the rest. But instead it's this, what do we look like on offense? And everybody goes to, well, you're the $1 million man. You're on the Canes billboard. You're number 18. And he hears all that, and it feels like he's playing like he feels that.
Yep.
And when you lose, like, at that position, when you lose the confidence to be able to do it,
It's tough.
How do you get it back?
Well, fundamentals. You got to go to fundamentals, and you got to have your offensive coordinator help you out. Got to design some things for you just to get you going.
These are the ones you like.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's, I mean, listen, confidence is the biggest part of sports, no matter what age, profession. Confidence is the biggest thing. When you have confidence, nothing can stop you. And I think that, at some point his confidence got shook with everything that we just discussed. And to get it back, man, go back to your fundamentals. It'd be nice to get a running game going at some point to help him out there. Get the ball out of his hands quick, you know what I mean? Go on some no huddles. Take the thinking out of it for him at some point. Just keep going, go fast. You know what I mean? Just it's some things that you're just gonna have to try. Some may work, some may not. But the ones that do work, continue to do it. Like that's hopefully part of their self-evaluation process this week too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see them come out with some change of pace stuff just to get those guys going, get the ball out of his hands like they've been doing, or what we saw from them against Clemson. You know, just continue to build.
That's where you feel like he was in total control.
Right.
Yeah, he looked good.
That was the last time there was positivity around that side of the football.
Yeah, he looked good, man.
So what do you expect to see tomorrow night in Death Valley, LSU versus South Carolina?
I mean, look, I expect the same. I expect the same defense. I expect those guys to come out and even show a couple wrinkles themselves, and also show some consistency in some areas that they know that they're really good in. So just may see a little bit different in the most of their base defense. But it'll be interesting to see what they do against Sellers. Whether the spy game is part of it for them. What did they learn from going against Lagway, now going up against this guy that's very similar? How do they – because South Carolina's going to try to run the football.
They worse than LSU at it.
They try, though. They try. They try more than we do. You know what I mean? They still try. They try to keep it honest, even if it's like running with Sellers or, they do some of that trick dicky stuff that we do too. Offensively with motioning guys across and the jet sweeps and all that type of stuff. So it'll be interesting there to see how we just corral him, because I truly believe that if you shut him down, you got a great chance of winning the football game.
Yeah.
Special teams, same. Take advantage. Keep doing what those guys been doing in the punt return game and the kick return game. Keep pushing the pocket. I mean, offensively, we know what it is, man. Got to go too in depth on what we expect to see there. We just want to see. I just want to see some consistency and some semblance of even trying. Because in order to help him, it's certain you got to fix some things that you're not doing. Right. So in order to help him, let's try to run the ball. Let's try to at least give a great effort to run the football. And that don't mean we busting loose for 30 yards and all that all the time, but it does mean we picking up 3 on first down, 4 on second. You know what I mean? We picking up positive yards and not going backwards. Let's see some designs to be able to not just motion guys in the backfield, but actually be able to give it to a running back out of some of those designs that you've been designing to get that running game going. Because, I mean, look, the more you could give it to the running back,
the less he has to do.
And also, the less that the guy, whether it's Savion, whether it's Barrium, it's more that you could keep them out there on the flank. It's more that you keep them doing what they want to do, and now you don't have to be faking a jet sweep to throw the ball outside to a wide receiver that could possibly already be out in the route. You could fake it to the running back and keep the wide receivers out in the route and give you more options. So when you do that, you limit your options, because it's not like he's switching places with the running back. The running back's still in the backfield.
Right.
So it's 2 guys in the backfield
out to play.
That's out to play.
If you're LSU, and Brian Kelly talked about this a little bit too, of being more aggressive offensively in terms of maybe going for it and being aggressive on like the 3rd and 4th downs. If there's a time to do it, we were talking about this earlier. Would this be the game to try to kind of take it out of the defense's hands? And if there's a 4th and 2, like in the middle of the field, instead of pinning them deep, it's like we need to get going offensively. You saw them do it against Southeastern, or it was 4th and 11. It's like we have to do something here, boys. We got to get going. Is this a game in which, after Brian Kelly said what he said, where he said we need to be more aggressive, that you would? I mean, it's hard to believe that they have faith in their offense, but is that something that can like kind of kickstart you offensively? If it's a 4th and 2, it's like I have confidence in you to be able to pick one up.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're gonna have to take some gambles. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to do and go outside of these analytics that a lot of these guys go off of that they go off of sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, and then they have to know that, like, you know what I mean? If it's 3rd and 8, and we're like, hey, we pick up 4, we're going for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone has to know that, be on the same page with that. Even if it's 2nd down, say it's 2nd 11, and we're like, hey, we got 3 downs here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got 3 downs here to pick up this yard. And then that's when you know, okay, on 2nd down, where it may be 3rd and 4, you know what I mean? Now I could give him something to where I can throw a shot in there and have something underneath, or come down to a dump down or whatever. But also, if I throw a shot in there because they're thinking that I'm going for just the 1st down at the sticks, now I come up and give them something, may take a shot that may be wide open, but at least I know if I miss that, I'm going for it on 4th down.
Right.
Correct. So, yeah, I mean, that's some of the things that I think that they're going to have to do to, jumpstart. Like you pointed out, jumpstart the offense some way. I mean, they may be a play where it get exciting, where everybody's like, "Well, come alive." To some, I don't know, but it may be a B12 shot.
I mean, whenever you write it down on paper, 4 downs to get 10 yards sounds like it should.
Sounds like you should pick it up. Huh?
Yeah.
I know it hasn't been easy though.
Right.
Hell,
Well,
4 downs to get 6 yards seems like it's difficult, bro.
It's like playing blitz. It's 1st and 20.
Right, bro. Right.
Ro, we appreciate you making your way in to the new studio this morning. Thank you, as always. We appreciate you coming in, hanging out, giving your
You're on the
insight.
same. We on the same fence,
We're
brother.
all-
We're right in
all
the middle
feeling
of it.
the
Just
same
going.
feelings.
I don't know what I'm gonna see.
Right. I know, man.
I need something.
And I'm anxious too, though. I'm
That's
anxious.
right. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's gonna look like.
Me neither. Me neither. I'm serious. I don't.
It's like they've played no games.
Yeah.
I know, man. And you know they've been working. They got smart coaches, man. They got guys that have been around. They know that this.
But it feels like
this
they
ain't
don't
it.
know.
It shows whenever they play. You know what I mean? But it's not like they're not
Trying
talking about these things or working towards fixing these things.
But we shouldn't have
You
the
know what
same
I mean?
questions as them.
They got the same questions. And I'm telling you, man, it just comes down to, listen, if this kid gets any kind of running game, it'll help him out. But the thing that for me is, the tear screens, the jet sweeps, all that to me, what they were doing is like a running game. But the problem we having is, it's like, bro, the balls are inaccurate.
Mm-hmm. You saw it
This-
against Ole Miss. He's sort of missing.
This guy missed his block. It's all those little things when you trying to, I'm trying to fake here and get outside. All those little things. If one person don't do their job, the play is a dud, because it's not as if these guys are lining up and it's conventional RPO or conventional turnaround handing it to where your wideouts are wide receivers and your linemen are linemen. They're blocking a different way now because of the action that you're bringing into the backfield. So it's all those things, bro, that goes against everything that we're trying to get done. And that's why I say I hope to see what we worked on, corrected, or changed in the bye week. It'll be interesting to see what we look like.
And you're asking superstar players to make non-superstar plays a lot. Like Jay Mitch talks about this. He was a wide receiver. He goes, I'm not. Like, there's divas in that room, and I'll do my job. I'll run the go route and not get the football. I'll do it, but at some point I want the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Like, at what point what am I, because I want to help win, and I'll do my job, and then you're asking these guys to block, take a shot, can't hit it. And
Run down on punt.
Run on punt. And it's just like at some point, like, you got a lot of mouths to feed and ain't nobody eating.
Yeah. But,
But you got they have the buy-in. You've seen it. You've seen Barry and Brown run down on like on the Harlan Berry run where he's sprinting down the field to go make an extra block. Aaron Anderson doing the same thing, but at some point
what they're saying is, man, and
that's just Jay Mitch telling me what the wide receiver room's like. I was not in that room.
No, what they're saying is, especially this group with Nuss, and because they have a good relationship. You haven't seen no bickering amongst them. You haven't seen them going to him going off. You haven't seen none of that. They have a good relationship. And that's part of like the new. That's part of like the new generation too, because everyone's cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody good. No one wants to ruffle any feathers. There are some, but it's less now to me. And so the relationship that they have would also prevent a lot of that. But they're also saying they know what they have. And trust me, they probably puzzled too. You know what I mean? So it's like they're on the same mantra as like, man, we just need to get going. Man, we can do it. We got the same guys.
Right.
We this, we that. You know what I mean? So and they're probably encouraging them. You know what I mean? So it's that type of thing. Because honestly, bro, like we talk about it, but if he gets going, it's over with.
Yeah.
Right.
Russ there for the picking.
It's right there.
And to me, that's the tear screens. Let's be more accurate because we don't have a running game. That's on slowing them. Look, let me design some stuff for the running backs that will get the football, to run the football. Whatever it is, bro, whether if it's unconventional, I got 3 linemen over here, 2 linemen, whatever it is that you have to do to jumpstart it, because it's there for the taking, bro. It's there for the taking.
Yep, 100%. Well, Ro, we appreciate you once again. Thank you for swinging through.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk to you again soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all,
All
man.
right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
All right, welcome back. Shout out to Rohan Dave. We appreciate him coming through, spitting some knowledge as always. He will be out of town this weekend, so he will not be a part of the post game tomorrow night. It'll be just Kev. Then we'll have a very special guest on Sunday that you will see on Sunday. But we'll close it out this morning.
It'll be entertaining.
That's for sure. We'll do that. We'll go 13 for 13 here to close it out with Athletic Connections Daily Dozen. See if we can get Brian Burgess in his rhythm this morning.
Send him off on a positive note.
Yes, some positivity. He wants positivity. I understand.
I get it. I
understand.
I mean, we wouldn't be doing our job if we were just pushing sunshine and rainbows.
I would love nothing more
if everything
than
were
to pump sunshine and
candies
rainbows.
and nuts. What's the saying?
Yeah, no. Let's not.
I just want candy and nuts.
There you go. That's a better saying.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where you were headed. I wasn't a fan of it. Let's see.
Oh, slalom. Four-seamer.
A slant, a drag, a post, and a wheel. And then you've got...
Is that Apollo Ono? How do you spell Apollo Ono?
Yep. And then what would the last one be?
Super G?
What is that?
It's
It's something to. It's not Super G, but we're close to something.
Yeah. Let's see. Cheese, heat, and that'd be a fastball.
That'd be the old number 1. Give him the heat, Ricky.
Interesting.
Huh. What does Amon Shumpert and Yamaguchi have to do with each other? Oh no. We're going downhill fast.
Good one. I don't know.
Driver. Huh. Is there some sort of holiday we don't know about?
Maybe.
Chat.
What does Amon Shumpert have to do with
I don't know.
these?
Let's see. So Brian Burgess says slalom, Super G, downhill combined.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
No,
and then-
that was close. It's not Amon Shumpert then.
Oh, Dancing. It is Amon Shumpert.
Oh, Apollo Ono too.
Amon Shumpert won Dancing with the Stars. There we go. Shout out to Brian. We wouldn't have got that without Brian Burgess.
No.
Amen. Thank you, BB. And then I have a feeling we're going to say the same thing about.
Our AI chat bot, Brian Burgess.
He's just a genius, Christian. Don't hate on him.
Yeah, I'm comparing him to artificial intelligence.
There you go. Are you going to use artificial intelligence to pass your class today?
No,
He needs
unfortunately,
to
I
for
can't.
Spanish.
He does.
I use it to study, but I can't use it in class. You know, I've tried.
Tested it out.
Teacher stands behind me, so for some weird reason, it doesn't work.
Oh, she's got you pegged.
Basically,
She stands only behind you or behind everybody?
Eyes pegging my computer screen.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. She's looking at my computer screen the whole time.
Be pegging my computer screen.
what I heard.
That's what I heard.
No wonder the case is broken.
Yeah, flimsy.
That's crazy. USB port.
That's crazy.
I need to charge my laptop.
You do. Before you go to
Oh,
Holy shit.
that's the guy
Spanish.
from.
It's Tom Hardy and Gal Gadot.
Okay, how?
I think it's Gal Gadot.
And it's definitely
Tom Hardy.
You know who it looks like if he got fat? Is the guy from This Is the End. The Canadian guy.
He looks a little like Oz.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Gal.
He looks a little
Oh.
like Oz from The Penguin.
This looks like Oz.
A little bit.
Could be a great Halloween costume.
What, Tom Hardy?
No, the Penguin.
Penguin. Tom Hardy was Bane.
Oh, really?
No
Hey,
one knew
spelled-
who I was before I put on the mask.
Hey.
G-A-L space G-A-D-O-T.
That's what I did. She's not
Brian
in here.
Burgess says he's learning German.
That makes no sense.
Sprechen Sie
That's my
Deutsch?
next language that I want to learn.
Okay, let's go Tom Hardy first then, because it's definitely Tom Hardy.
Oh, and she's already in there.
Oh, nice.
Thomas.
It's Tom. It's that Ben McDonald haircut. The only active running back in the NFL with
Gore.
over 7,000 career rushing yards who has only played for one team.
No, Frank Gore played for the Colts.
Active,
not active.
brother.
Who's an active running back that's still with their first team?
Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara.
Do you have 7K?
7,000 yards.
7,000?
I mean, he's the only
got
one
a
I
lot
can
of
think
receiving
of
yards.
that's been
No,
with
he's been
one
traded.
that's been with one team. It's got to be AK, huh? He's the only one I can think of active that's been with one team. He definitely has 7,000.
Yeah, let's not doubt the man.
He's been here since 2017. It's been 8 years. He's got 7,000. Yeah, easy. Lost to the Yankees in the ALCS in 2000 and 2001.
Is this the Red Sox?
I feel like that would be the layup answer, but
I want to say it's the Athletics.
the Oakland A's. I mean, because when did they beat the Red Sox in the playoffs these years? But it
Yeah,
might
but
not-
somewhere in the division. Mariners, that was my second guess. They won 100 and something games.
Good catch, Christian. AK-41.
Mm-hmm.
This is soccer? Or what is this? Forgot what the category was.
Soccer.
Oh.
One of the greatest midfielders, the player.
Simply known as Socrates. Whose nickname was Socrates?
Christian Socrates. 1954 to 2011. They died in
Jesus.
2011.
No, he's old. He's old as.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's like really old. So this is like.
But no, we don't need the player's name. We just need the country.
Oh, Brazil.
No. Brian
Oh.
Burgess.
Keith.
Who was?
Oh, Dennis Leary. We've seen these commercials. These are old. You know, Mike, the Dennis Leary car commercials. He was the guy that was in Rescue Me. Is it Ford? Well, don't Google it. It's Is it Ford? I think it's Ford. Toby Keith would be a Ford man.
Yeah, I mean,
Not Jeep.
No,
there it is.
no,
No,
yeah.
not Jeep. Toasty was a slogan used by this sandwich chain.
Here you go,
Is
Noah.
that Subway?
Here you go,
I have no
Noah.
idea.
No, this is a layup.
Subway's eat fresh. That's
This is
their
an
slogan.
alley-oop.
Toasty.
I don't know what Toasty would be.
Wait.
Jersey Mike's.
No, this is. I've heard of this.
Mike's Way.
What are the sandwich chains? Jimmy John's.
Brian
Fire.
Burgess says Quiznos.
Oh, where the hose goes.
Never heard that.
I hate that. Oh, Brian Burgess says this. Like, give me a second.
You weren't gonna get Quiznos.
Okay, but the Brazil one I could have thought of.
You said no when he
Well,
said
get
Brazil.
this one. It was Becky Connor from 1988 to 1997. Sitcom. Oh, let's
There we
go!
go.
Yes, let's go. How do you spell Roseanne?
It's not a Z.
I didn't know it.
R-O-S-E?
Not know that.
Rose A.
There it
Yeah,
is.
there it is.
Let's go, Mike. 2 claps for Mike. Ready?
Michelle Williams earned a Best Actress Oscar nomination for her portrayal of Marilyn Monroe in this 2011 film. What would the name of the film be?
Maryland.
Monroe?
My Week with Marilyn.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
2 One Direction members have won the Teen Choice Award for Male Choice Artist of the Year.
Oh God.
Harry
who
Styles
cares?
and this.
Zayn.
Yeah, Zayn Malik.
Zayn. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Zayn.
Harry Styles killed him because he was jealous. I don't know.
Zayn's alive.
No,
Oh.
he died.
No, that was the other one, wasn't
Who
it?
jumped out the window?
Yeah.
America's Got. Oh.
I thought he jumped out the window in Argentina.
Oh, Niall. Yeah, Niall was one. Maybe. Yeah, Niall Horan.
I don't know.
I don't know how to spell his name.
Nial. Nial.
Neil. That's Neil.
No.
Neil
it'd be-
Diamond. Liam is the one that passed away.
Oh.
Oh.
Lewis Tomlinson, Brian Burgess says. Bluey.
Armstrong.
There we go.
9 for 9.
Appreciate you guys.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. LSU, South Carolina, Saturday night in Death Valley. Like we said, we'll be live post-game. LSU, South Carolina from Golf Suites. If you want to head on over from Tiger Stadium, join us there. Or be at Pizza Byron's on Sunday where we recap the game. We will see you then. We'll be back here Monday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Later.